The Republic of the Marshall Islands is made of thousands of small islands descending onto the surface of the Pacific Ocean like pearls. But under the threat of climate change, this country, with its average height of 2 meters above sea level, is facing the crisis of submergence. Therefore, the government has determined to reach the goal of zero emissions by the year 2050 in order to slow down global warming.
马绍尔政府在国家减排政策上展现了高度的企图心。除了在2018年已经提交了该国第2份的国家减排自主贡献报告，也制定了将在2050年达成全国温室气体净零排放的目标。
Under this circumstance, the Taiwan ICDF works with the government of the Republic of the Marshall Islands to reach the goal of zero emissions. On this day, the Marshall's Energy Company inspector, Billy Schutz, goes into households for energy audits. When entering the house, aside from carefully inspecting all household electronic devices, Billy also writes down the detailed power consumption of each appliance, hoping to find out which device has been consuming the most energy.
This will help overall in the general awareness of our usages.
This seemingly easy task is the basis of reaching zero emissions for RMI, since old and energy-consuming household devices are a heavy burden on the electrical grid and also result in high economic costs for people.
You see this light here?
Yeah.
You need to get rid of those lights. Yeah, because they consume a lot of electricity.
The Republic of the Marshall Islands has a population of about 60,000 people, mainly located on the biggest atoll, Majuro. Yet, over 90% of its energy comes from imported petrochemical energy. The carbon dioxide emitted by the combustion of diesel fuel not only pollutes the environment, but also acts as an obstacle for the country in reaching zero emissions. Moreover, RMI lacks natural resources and thus imports a lot of its products, including the needed diesel fuel. This causes high electricity generation costs. Electricity bills are obstinately high, averaging over 10 new Taiwan dollars per kilowatt hour. This has brought the citizens a big weight on their shoulders.
马绍尔是一个高度仰赖能源进口的国家，所以能源的供给相对比较脆弱。马绍尔政府规划将先从电力部门着手，提高洁净能源的替代率。那使用洁净能源也能够帮助该国寻求安全的能源供给。
And all of these things contribute to the overall policy or goal of the RMI government in reducing its dependency on using fuel.
In order to decrease the reliance on imported energy, the Taiwan ICDF has cooperated with the government of RMI to promote the Marshall Islands Home Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy Loan Program.
This is a program that not only are you going to be benefited from it, but this is a program that will help you in saving your money by reducing your electricity consumption.
Through this project, citizens can apply for loans from the Marshall Islands Development Bank to improve their household energy efficiency. The loans can enable citizens to buy new energy-saving devices and purchase solar-powered products to decrease their reliance on the traditional electrical grid and save electricity expenses.
马绍尔的能源需求以民生用电的占比最高，所以这个计划将从比较麻烦的家庭用电着手，希望能够提高家户的能源使用的意识，还有希望他们用太阳能来替换传统比较耗能的能源需求，让老百姓知道太阳能的好处，进而提高太阳能相关设备的安装率。
This loan, if it can be flexible enough and to be able to have all the people be accessible to solar and be able to reduce, to help out in the climate change.
And we're very thankful to ICDF for this assistance and the support, and also to the ROC Embassy for all of its efforts in helping the RMI government and the people of the Marshall Islands in being more smart in using energy.
长期而言，我们希望太阳能的相关产品能够更广泛在马绍尔推广，借由洁净能源跟替代能源的广泛使用，让更多更好的有关洁净能源的产品能够进入到马绍尔市场，最终能够达到马绍尔能源转型的目标。
To you and me, the influence of climate change might not have an immediate effect, but to the people of the Republic of the Marshall Islands, it is a crisis at the door. Therefore, by operating this project, we aspire to help RMI reach the goal of zero emissions by 2050, and most importantly, to slow down global warming and keep RMI away from the threat of submergence.